Good morning, everybody. Alright, just give me a minute, I'll just go in. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, we did the potatoes quite late last night. They came up with some weeds at the early stages, so I thought I'd better get them done. So for now they're looking okay, but it's still quite early, so there's the possibility of some popping up. I'm waiting for contracts from 25 and 19, but they aren't really going to be. Oh no, 19's changed. Oh dear, there's no more cotton, so they must have got done through the night, and I missed any chance of having a contract on them. And now there's no cotton. Sorry, I was hoping to do a contract on cotton and show you it, but seems it's not going to happen. Let's see what we do have here. So we have got grapes ready to harvest today. All of them, in fact, so that's good. That's going to take us quite a bit of time this morning. I did do a couple of contracts last night. I carried on probably more than a couple. I can't remember exactly what I did, but and I made a couple of decisions. One is to do with this pile over here. As you see, I've got some building material stuff. I'm not quite sure why I've got some rubble, but anyway. And some wood. I'm going to get a chicken coop put in this area. It's not ideal because of the closeness to that, but given that I don't own a lot of land at the moment, it's the only place I think that I could get it to fit. So I'm hoping that's going to get done sometime later today, all things going well. And then I'll have to buy some wheat in actually, and because I don't have any, because I've not got the fields apart from the vines, and I'm not chopping them down to grow crops. So, and of course my potatoes, but again it's all costs that I can't really accept right now. Let's check over with our friend Racer over here, see how Racer's doing. Racer still seems to have water and straw and hay, so that's fine. And I did do a bit of grass cutting around the house last night because it's growing up really quickly again, as it does. It's already coming quite fast up there again. It's growing, and yeah, I missed a couple of patches. I was just sort of rushing around, but you know, shop's open, that's good. Came out just a little bit earlier to get it ready. Not. Right, let's, given that we're not getting to harvest cotton today as I'd hoped, it's a bit of a shame really. Let's get in this thing and we'll go and start harvesting our grapes. Oh, that was the other thing I did get I remember, if you remember, we had some really good prices for the grapes yesterday. I waited till we sold the whites just at the end of the recording, just near the end of the just after the end of the recording, and we probably got about 26,000 for that. I can't actually remember what I got for the reds, but we did get a really good price. I mean, The whites gave me a full, there's a bit of noise, hold on. Hey, I'm just picking up the chicken food for the chickens, which we now have. The grapes are all harvested, and I went and hunted out my notebook to have a look at the yield. So the first lot, which we replanted and etc. 2 or 3 days ago, has gradually decreased in yield over the days. It now needs limed again, so that should probably put the yield back up. I'm still not convinced that fertiliser's making any difference. The second one, which we also replanted, has gone down slightly from yesterday, which was I think the first harvest after replanting. And the third row, which we haven't replanted, but which we did put lime on it, but not fertiliser, it's gone up by the yield's gone up in that, which should be expected. And also the same with the red grapes, because it got limed, the yield's gone up. Since we harvested yesterday, the yield's increased, and I'm pretty convinced, looking at the numbers, that it's very unlikely that the fertiliser's making any difference. It seems to be more the lime. So the first row still does need lime today, so I'll do that in a bit. But the first thing that I need to do is feed these chickens. So I've got 1 rooster and 20 hens. There we go. Just leave that here. And you see the money's gone down a bit because I've had to pay for the cost of putting this in and buying them food, which is not exactly cheap. So that's them fed now, and hopefully in the next couple of days they'll start laying some eggs. So I'm going to quickly lime that field, and then I'll have a look at contracts to see what's available to do. Of course, we still have to take racer out, and we'll want to do that before it gets too dark. I'll just drop this off here at the moment. At some point I'm going to have to buy some form of storage for all these bits and pieces that we have. So we did make another purchase yesterday as well. One of the problems, no, not problem, when I was going through the store yesterday looking for chickens, pens and that, to see what one we were going to go for. I'm just straightening this out, by the way. We ended up buying something else. Okay, it wasn't that expensive, it was just a little bit over a grand. But, we'll have a look at that maybe in a bit. Right. So I haven't yet looked at prices for grapes and that to see if they're worth selling just now. I think I'd rather get on and, as I say, at least get a contract going just now. And well, it's still sunny, and take the horse for a walk, so yeah, I might hold off with doing the selling the grapes for now. And I think I've still got potatoes in store as well, which I've not looked at prices for them yet either. So that's another thing that I'll probably have to start thinking about doing. So maybe tomorrow what we'll do is have a look at sale prices and such. Right, let's get this here field line. I'm not going to be too fussed about getting it right to the very edges, so we'll just go up the middle here and get what we can. I'm not unlikely to stop taking down the numbers now before I get too obsessed with it all. Because I mean it's only a rough and ready thing as well. I mean I've not properly done anything, so to try and figure out if fertiliser made a difference, I'd have to put in another field or two and start from scratch. Because if we look at the map, you can see, like, we just harvested this and the fertilisers remained the same, and this too, to be honest, the fertilisers pretty much remained the same, so it doesn't look like they take up any nitrogen at all. It just looks like the only thing that actually makes any difference is the lime, so we will continue to just lime them, and everything else can just stay as it is. So, before I I'll take this off. Where will I? Let's have a look at the contracts. I was thinking of doing a little harvest contract. Just see what we've got. Barley, sunflower, canola. I'd like to have wheat. I've bought wheat, but it's actually it's quite expensive. Barley's alright too, actually. The chickens can actually use barley as well. See, soybeans is tempting because we normally get a wee bit of money for that extra. Wheat. Field 14. It's not a bad size field. 29 is oats. 20 canola. What is it? Canola, sunflowers, oats, wheat. Field 9. It's just quite a small field. We do want a little bit left over if we can. What size are you? Your canola. Okay, let's go and see. 14 I think it's a ways away, but it's not a bad size field. I just need to remember to go accept this. So yeah, I'll leave this in here. If you give me a few minutes, I am going to pop indoors and take a comfort break, as they say. And then I'll be back. Let's pack this here. Okay, it's not well packed. Okay. I'll see you in a second. Okay, let's go. Go this way, and yep, you might have guessed it. Here is my latest purchase, which we ended up getting last night. So we're going to take this and head up to the field that we are going to be working in. It's electric, so it's really quiet. So of course this field is the furthest away on the map. This does go a little bit faster, but I'm not sure what it would do on the corner, so we'll try put it up to full speed and see what happens. It seems to be doing fine. We'll put the sat nav on because this is, I'm not quite sure what the quickest way to this field is. I suspect it's up past the shop, straight up that way and round. to the left. And so as I say, this was quite, you know, it was only just about a little bit over 1,000, I think. 1,025, if I remember rightly. They just came into stores recently and I just couldn't resist. Just could not resist. Just looked like way too much fun, so we went and bought one, as you can see. I did think of leasing it for a couple of days just to see what like it was, and my finger was swithering over the buy and the lease button for a bit, but then eventually I just went, yeah, it's not that expensive. Let's just splash out and get one. Yeah, compared to what we just paid to get the chickens and that in, so yeah, a drop in the ocean. So, right, so field 14, it's a wheat field, it's a decent sized one. The farmer supplied us with the equipment that we need, my understanding, and it's already up there, so we'll see what we get, what he's given us once we get up. And hopefully this will be something that doesn't take us too long. Because as I say, we still want to take Racer out, and we don't want to be taking Racer out in the dark, because Racer has no lights, as you might expect, and so we need to be trying to take Racer out while it's still light enough to do so. If need be, we could just pause the harvesting, this is my steering, sorry, and go and take the Racer out quickly. I'm not sure this was the quickest way. I might just cut across country at this point. Oh, don't want to go through the crop though. Ah! Oops, we were lucky there. Let's have a look at the big map. Yeah, we want to go up to the right. Is that it? Really? Nope. Not really. Let's just stay on the road then. It might be safer. Luckily, I was not harmed in the making of this video. See, there was a reason why I sort of put it down to about 15-16 miles an hour and left it at that max, but just because this field was so far away, I thought, oh, we'll just go flat out and hope everything's okay, because the steering gets a bit iffy at the top speed, as you know, these things happen. Ooh. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. You can see. Well, I say nearly there, but yeah, certainly would have been quicker cutting up through the fields. I may cut some of this bit out. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got. So let's just up here a second. So we've got Stara, I think that is again. Yeah. Bit of a front weight. It's just got, yeah, I mean that's just 21,000 I think, the same as my one. Which isn't very big for a field of this size, but So we might have to have more than one trip out on it. I think the combine's around here a bit, so I'm just going to drive around here a little bit and then we'll get out and do. I want to just make sure I'm not going to be parking it in the way, so we might just leave it around here behind this tree and then hop out and go and get in the combine, which is a Russell mash, Russell mash, we'll just call it Russell mash. Right, so that's not a bad size. It's not a bad size header, so we're happy with that. Right, pick this up, fold it up, and line this up a little bit better than what they've left us. Put the sat nav off, and we shall begin. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, I'm in the right field, aren't I? Let me think. I want to put off Sloth. Are you going to work? Did I get the right field then? Field 14 it says. It's not letting me harvest it for some reason. We're definitely in field 14, right? And this is definitely the field we've been contracted to do. Let's just drive and see if I get... Oh, there we go. We're not going to be able to get a complete harvest of this field though, so there's still issues with this. This was the field we had issues before, and clearly we still have issues with this field. Unfortunately, that means that we're going to have to cancel this contract because we're not going to be able to complete it if we can't harvest all of it. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Okay. Well then, that's that. We're going to have to cancel it. And I'll go find my bike wherever I now put it. See if it's somewhere safe, and I can't find the bike. I don't think it was that far down, was it? Here we go. Right, let's go to contracts, and we will cancel that contract. It's failed, but it wasn't my fault. We'll probably do 27, which is actually right across the road from where I live. So we will see you at field 27 shortly. decided to take Racer out for his daily run while still light enough to see easily, and while I was waiting for stuff for this contract to be delivered, which it looks like it now has, and it seems we're going with a John Deere theme on this one. Yeah, tractor is too. So that's good. So we'll get Racer back in here and get a quick brush. I can just brush them quickly now. Okay. I might come back and do them later. So let's make a start on this contract here. And this John Deere, let's unfold it, open it out. Start the engine. And, oh wait, I actually don't want the swath on this. Make sure that's the swath turned off, I think. And off we go. Yeah, good. No swath. So ironic that we, after going most of the way across the map, we actually end up right back in front of our own farm. Yeah. To do this, but okay, it's quite nice in here. A nice looking combine. It's like it's a bit of a smaller header, I think, than the one that we might have had in the Rochelle Mash, but it'll still get the job done, even if it will take a little bit longer. It's all good stuff, and I hope that the Field 14 gets fixed again another day. So the farm's growing slowly and surely. We still have, I mean, it looks like we're doing well, but of course we still have a $300,000 bank loan, and that will be something that we'll have to consider to start maybe paying off small increments. I think the minimum you can pay in increments is $5,000 at a time, so yeah. Even if I can make small inroads into that, I think I'll be quite happy with that. Maybe not today, maybe in the next couple of days, when we start seeing the money going up a bit better, we can look at starting to pay back a little bits of that loan and reducing our interest, which is, as I say, is just over $2,500 at the moment. A day, so it definitely needs doing. You can see just in the background there the weeds that we sprayed off a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I can't even remember anymore. How time flies. So they should get really good yield, out of this field for what they've done. And we will hopefully get a little bit of barley that we can put into the silo for the chickens, although, I mean, what we bought, I think we paid $5,000 for 4,000 litres, which is not exactly cheap, but then it's understandable, as I say, we still don't have any fields of our own, so it's not like we're in a position to be able to grow anything for the horses or the chickens as yet. But we do get, as part of the deal, we do usually get a little bit extra. The farmer just says, right, this is the yield that I want. Once you've reached this target, if there's anything left over, then it's all yours. And there generally is, happily, enough left over for us to either sell ourselves to make a little bit of extra cash on top of the contract, or to put into storage. Is what we're hoping to do today. But as I say, it's always difficult to time sometimes when to stop the the selling of the product to where the farmer's chosen to go. But we'll take whatever we can get, I think. And it's the only way that I know of at the moment to basically be paid to get a little bit of crop in storage. Field 14 probably, because it's a bit bigger field, would have likely have given us a bit more extra at the end, but as I say, I'm not too worried at the moment because we still have most of that bag left, and it is only 26 chickens. I mean, there's I think we put probably about 1,000 litres into there, and that will do them a good few days, depending on how things go for that number of chickens. It'll take them a while, so I mean that bag will last me a fair while. It depends how quickly the chickens start to produce more chickens, basically, not just eggs. So yeah. If we can start to get some eggs, get them in our little shop there and start selling them to bring in a bit of extra cash, even better. I'll get something in which to put the eggs in to sell them, I think, tomorrow, if I remember. I don't expect them to start producing eggs too quickly, because there's not that many of them, and they take a couple of days to settle into, I would think. So we'll see what happens. We haven't got a huge amount of time left on here. This time's just about full. I'll just keep an eye on it. Tractor's not too far away, it's good. So yeah, here we go. Maybe I wonder if I should have put my trailer onto. There is an actual possibility to stick my trailer onto the back of this one as well, or vice versa, because that's, yeah, not quite sure. It's not got the swivel connection that we usually would have, but it might still be okay, and that way I don't have so many trips back and forward to take this to the farmer's chosen sale point when it comes to it. Might do that just in a second. Take this tractor over and hook it up. I think that would be helpful overall. So I think we'll certainly complete this contract. And we might just stop for the day actually, because okay, we still have a lot of stuff in the long run that we want to buy, but there is no big rush to do so. So I'm happy with the farm ticking over as it is for now. Depending on what we do in the future, I may change that, but for now I think I'm okay with just, I'm hoping this is going to work. Maybe it doesn't then, maybe it's just got a connection to do the swivel one, so that's a shame. Oh well. Park it back here then, and we'll just have to make the trips, I guess. So yeah, as I say, I think this will be the, if there's a decent fertilising contract comes up, we might also do that. But I think I could do with just having an early night and a nice evening and kicking back and watching. I mean, I say early. I mean, as you look at the time, it's already 20 past 6. This field is likely to take me till after 8 o'clock, if not even later. So yes, it is unlikely that we will do another contract after this. If field 14 hadn't gone wrong, then yeah, I would have said it would have been nice to have finished about 7, half 7, maybe, if that had not taken up time of, you know, getting up there and everything. But yeah, what can you do at the end of the day? So yeah. So I think I shall stop my waffle there, because there's not really that much else for me to say right now. As I say, it's been all in all a good day in the farm. We're making progress, and yep, it's all good. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and we shall hopefully see you again some other time. Bye for now, everybody.